name is Kat and I'm a forest therapy guide and trainer. And it's my mission in this life to help people remember that we are part of nature, reconnect with themselves and with others. 10 years ago, I was a busy translator, and my lifestyle was so disconnected from nature that I got an eye disease, which took me 2 years to recover. And what helped me to recover was the forest and slow time in the forest. And so I was looking for something to help others. And one day I just went into the bookstore and I saw the book by Dr. Quing Lee about Chinrin-yoku. And reading it and Googling that there is something like a forest therapy guide was just an arrow to the heart. And I immediately signed up for a training, and two weeks later I was actually in a cab, in a taxi on my way to Slovenia, and I was just wondering. I had no idea what I was up to, if the people there were going to be Japanese scientists or foresters or witches or whatever. I felt deeply that this was right. The second day of my training, I had what I call a love attack when I barely couldn't speak. That was the feeling of this was the most important moment in my life, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Each time I take people out into the forest and we spend this time together, I see a change in their eyes. There's something that is difficult to describe or to measure, but I see the faces of people change and they become much softer. The eyes get softer, and I guess this is the softening of the heart that I also feel from their sharings. And the forest has a transformational power. It transforms people's feelings, it brings them from their heads to their hearts, and you can see that reflected in the eyes when you see their faces. And these changes that I see and that I hear from people when they share afterwards, these insights and memories and associations that they make and that are unique to them because they are the result of what is between nature and them. They are a result of very simple techniques, simple sensory invitations that we offer. There's a ton of research done about the physiological benefits, and the benefits that are measurable. But what I experience on each and every single walk is also that there are huge shifts on the emotional and the kind of spiritual or psychological level, if you mean. And these are things that are not so easy to measure. You cannot put these things easily into numbers, and yet it is happening. So I was looking for a way how to capture this, how to capture the emotion, the softening in somebody's eyes when they remember how the dirt smells, or what it can be to remember that we are part of nature and that this is part of our DNA. So one of the effects forest therapy has is also supporting people's eco-consciousness, and it's in a way it's also supporting our eco-activism in a very gentle way, because when we remember that we are part of nature, that we are born in nature, that nature is helping us and that we belong to nature, that we are part of the whole, we also tend to take action and take care of our environment because we only protect what we love. I would like to capture the essence of what forest therapy or forest bathing is, which is sometimes beyond words, but you can capture it. You can see it in somebody's face, you can see it in somebody's eyes, and sometimes in the words. Even though words are cognitive, when they come from the heart, you can feel it. It's alive. So what we decided to do is to come to the forests of Europe and to come to different groups of people and guide them and be guided and capture what the effects are of forest therapy, the other than physiological effects. Well, we often say that the forest is the therapist and the guide opens the doors. So with this movie, we would like to show how the forest is the therapist and what is actually happening.